If the ancient origins of rice, wheat, and corn were about humanity stumbling onto survival, then modern breeding and hybrids are about humans deciding to play matchmaker and push these grains into overdrive. The Green Revolution basically turned the world's three favorite cereals into superstar athletes. Scientists looked at rice and said, "You're great, but what if you could feed twice as many people without demanding twice as much land?" They looked at wheat and said, "Love the bread, but let's see if you can bulk up a little and resist disease while you're at it." And when they turned to corn, they went full mad scientist. "We're going to crossbreed you until you can grow faster, bigger, and sturdier than any of your ancestors ever dreamed." The result? Modern cereals that are practically superheroes in grain form, saving billions of people from hunger while still being delicious enough to keep their day jobs in tacos, pastas, and sushi rolls. Of course, the process sounds very scientific, but there's something unintentionally funny about it too. Imagine a cereal dating service where scientists line up different varieties and say, "All right, you two are getting married, and your kids better yield twice as much grain." Hybrid corn, in particular, is like the overachiever of the family. It went from being a humble cob in Mesoamerica to becoming a global powerhouse, producing so much grain that farmers almost had to invent new ways to use it. Popcorn?
Check.
Cornflakes?
Check.
Biofuel for cars? Why not? Corn syrup and soda? Sure, throw it in. At this point, corn is probably wondering if there's anything left on Earth it can't be turned into. Rice has had its own glow-up, especially with high-yield varieties that were engineered to thrive in less water or shorter growing seasons. It's like rice went to a boot camp and came back saying, "I can now handle drought, floods, and still be fluffy in your rice cooker." Wheat also joined the upgrade party, becoming shorter and sturdier so it wouldn't collapse under its own weight, a problem that sounds silly until you realize it made the difference between famine and full bellies in much of the world. Modern wheat basically said, "I may be shorter now, but I'm stronger, healthier, and still turning into croissants every morning." The real miracle is that all of this scientific tinkering has allowed humanity to grow far more food on the same land, which means fewer empty plates and fewer food riots. Without these hybrids, billions of people would be left out of the carb party. And yet, despite their supercharged productivity, these cereals haven't lost their sense of humor. They still pop, puff, and flake their way into our snacks, reminding us that science and fun can live happily side by side. You could say the Green Revolution gave the world more than just food. It gave rice, wheat, and corn a second act, where they perform both as global saviors and as everyday comfort food. So the next time you bite into a tortilla, twirl spaghetti, or scoop a bowl of rice, you're not just enjoying dinner. You're tasting centuries of human ingenuity, topped with a dash of humor. These grains are living proof that with a little science and a lot of persistence, humanity can turn humble seeds into heroes, capable of feeding the world while still making us laugh when the popcorn burns in the microwave. They are not just staples. They are the world's most successful hybrids, standing tall in the fields and even taller in history.